Welcome back. Next up on the playlist, three bands that are like musical reflections of the political and social environment in South Africa. Cassette and Tidal Waves are two groups that are already well known to South Africans. They might come from different worlds within the same country, but they came together for some pretty urgent political reasons. And there's another band, very young, who make an impact just by choosing to play rock. They're called Blackjacks. They're out of Joburg, and they leave a little room in their quite excellent guitar music for some traditional African elements. Now, whether you're listening on speaker or on headset, this is one of those segments you might want to turn it up for. Blackjacks have been called South Africa's first trendy rock and roll export. Four young black musicians from Joburg from four different ethnic groups.
Sweet summertime, burning cats in my skin. It's all morning, and all about the day.
They're playing what black South Africans used to call the music of the enemy, rock.
I mean, rock was perceived as only white people's music, you know, and many people are still surprised when they see us like all four black guys playing rock. And they're like, wow, it's amazing. That shows a part of breaking, you know, certain barriers.
Well, a lot of people are dealing with the politics of what it is that we do, and they have to get through that first before they can actually listen to the music. What they're hearing, or what they're dealing with, is those politics. Been to a lot of gigs where people didn't feel like the people even had the tools to decipher what was happening.
What is happening is a unique South African version of dub rock that Blackjacks infuse with the sounds of Batanga, the traditional music of the townships.
You play and then it's like, oh, it's fusion. You know, it's not something that we plan. Let's do fusion. Yeah, it's an after thing.
People will say it's a bit African, it's a bit this, but those are things around it. But it's generally rock.
And it's the rock elements in Blackjacks' music that have won over the critics.
And I'm quite proud of them that they actually went against the grain. Like it's almost like unheard of, like doing something totally new and doing it themselves and just getting out there and recording the songs and still having that element of ancient, you know, rhythms of struggle songs, you know.
Blackjacks are breaking ethnic and sonic barriers by playing rock, and there's another project underway designed to do away with social divisions. Earlier this year, South Africa erupted in violence.
Anger against immigrants is now boiling over in the country's poor townships.
Native South Africans turned on immigrants from Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and other African countries, blaming them for shortages in housing and jobs. More than 60 people were killed. That led to one of those unlikely musical collaborations, one part indie pop, one part reggae. Together, the two bands, Cassette and Tidal Waves, went to work on a song that carried a message.
We come from totally different places, we listen to totally different music, but we got put in this room and it just went like this.
Let's get it on. Let's get it. Yeah, do that.
The song that they came up with is called Right Now and confronted the strife plaguing their country.
When we started working on that collaboration, it was when South Africa was in a turmoil of this xenophobia thing. You know, we as musicians, we need to voice it out, you know, to the masses, to say, let's come together, guys, this is the time, you know, and we don't have to wait for next time, it has to be right now.
Right now, right now.
Let's change the whole pattern, let's try it.
All right.
Right now, right now.
And it's quite a dark song, actually. It has a light and a dark. And one verse is all about the xenophobia attacks and the bad side of it, and then the other half of the song is about the good side of it. Yeah. And the good side was that in Alexandria they drew a line in the street, and the people living there actually protected the foreigners who were being attacked.
They took the song onto the streets and worked it out, busker style.
Right now, right now.
Like in our country now, there's this situation there. I think the majority still not yet educated on things of like cross races, mixing. That's why we had problems like xenophobia.
Early in the morning, storm begins to form, angry voices calling, get up and get out. Oh, but on the other, no one runs for cover. Everyone, my brother, stand up and stand up right now.
The collaboration culminated in a fundraiser, a blanket drive for homeless victims, and ultimately, a message.
Alex is calling. Alex is calling. Alex is calling. Alex is calling.
We all belong here. You know, we all can. Even you as a South African, you can go even stay somewhere, not even here. You know, you are free. You're a human being.
Apartheid is now part of South Africa's past. This is a country facing a different set of problems, many symptomatic of its unique ethnic mix. But for those who prefer to see South Africa's glass as half full, there is the music and the musicians who are trying to lead the country away from its troubles.
Right now.
South Africa has the most unique musical landscape possibly in the world. It's like this absolutely gigantic, smelly melting pot of music, and they all cross-pollinate, and you can't help it.
We like bringing our bricks on that building of Rainbow Nation. We're bringing our bricks to say, hey, we want to contribute in this building and build our nation too. And I feel like we've done a lot. We've done a lot, and we won't stop doing it. We'll do it until this country is right.
The music of South Africa. Now, if you'd like to see that item or the entire broadcast again, all of that is up on the website. Our crews here at the playlist are at work. They're out there finding more examples of musical fusions that'll be to your liking. Here's a sneak preview of what's coming up later in the series. We'll be sampling music from the Americas, drum and bass, electronica, and Latin American percussion from Ramiro Musato. a mix of politics, religion, and punk. Middle East hardcore by way of Chicago, from Al Thawra. And there's a carnival atmosphere in the Brazilian-fueled, electronically tinged music of Napalm. That's just a taste of what's coming down the line, but we're always open to your ideas of where to send our cameras. Email us about musical fusions you think we should be looking at. We're at playlist@aljazeera.net. That's how you get with the program. We're leaving you this week with more from Freshly Ground and the sounds of South Africa. We'll see you next time on The Playlist on Al Jazeera.
Would you call me crude, fling me aside?